What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be jumping into this GT40 and doing some multi-class racing. Normally I start off the video with like a funny clip of people crashing into each other or just turning people into memes, but honestly we had such a clean race today that I don't have a clip for you. So with all that being said, let's jump into the specs of this thing and see what we can do with it. Alright, so this GT40 has the 4.7 liter V8 engine in it, making 476 horsepower, 385 foot-pounds of torque, and coming in at just under 2,000 pounds. It has a Forza rating of 5.5 for speed, 6.0 for braking, 6.0 for handling, and a 6.3 for acceleration. It has these ratings because of this S Slayer tune by OBGYN. I love the internet. He says it's an easy top 5, so let's see what we can do with it. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so here we are. We're at Yas Marina. I think I'm in 3rd. I didn't qualify. I never really qualify for races, but this is my first race in a long time, so I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So nervous that I forgot that there's a staggered start, so I'm sitting here revving my engine like an idiot, but we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. So these first two Porsches in front of me were very fast, so the only thing I was thinking is like I could get them on the straights because this GT40 is very good on the straights. But that wasn't so much the case. I was kind of in my own field alone, as you'll see here. We get a good launch off of the line, going down into turn 1. I'm pulling up aside this green 1911. Wow, I've been playing way too much Call of Duty. 911. Oh my god. So going into turn 2, I stick it on the inside. He kind of bails out of it. I don't know if he thought I wasn't going to be able to hold that line. But whatever, it worked out for me, I guess. The corner that I was struggling with the most was honestly right here. For whatever reason, if you went too far right and you used the rumble strip to brake, you'd end up exactly like that green Porsche. I don't know why. The car would just lock up so easy. I don't run ABS. I never have. I've always gone without it. I think you're much faster without it. As nice as ABS is, you're going to be a lot slower. As I lock up here and cut across the nose of that red Porsche, showing that maybe I should be using ABS, but again, it's been a while. I'm a little rusty. We're going to cut back in front of him. We actually have a good battle here through a couple corners. He just had way more top end speed than me. I let him take the inside. We do the old switcheroo here. Get back on the inside of him for turn 2. He bails out of it again, and nobody wants to go around the outside right there, which for me that doesn't really make sense because then you have the inside for this corner, and you could kind of push me off here. And you know, whatever. I get it, having a little bit of PTSD racing against people in Forza, you know. But as you can see, he goes for a pretty mean dive bomb, but again, there's not much I can do against him on the straight, as he's just going to pull away. I try and tuck him behind and get that draft, which does help. I do get more top end speed, but I can't really do much here. It's kind of just, you know, I'm at the mercy of the top speed of this car going down the straight. What I do and try and do is make up for it in braking, but this BMW here in a lower class just decides that they want to get in my way. And I was kind of banking on people getting in front of that red Porsche and kind of slowing him down, but it kind of backfired, and I was the one that had traffic issues. You know, granted, that BMW was pushing. He probably did lock up a little bit. Definitely not intentional, but just, you know, luck of the draw, I guess. As this Supra, which is all done up, kind of parks himself in front of us there. So we're just, you know, we're making our way through traffic cleanly. That's the big thing. At this point, I kind of know that that race with that Porsche is over. You know, he just has so much more time ahead, and he can just barrel down the straight, and I can't do much against it. I mean, I have the hard tires on. This is a long race. It was like 20 minutes or something like that. So I did put the hard tires on. I was very nervous I was going to have to pit. That was my biggest fear. So I was really trying to minimize locking up. So pushing, going into corners as I lock up right there. Probably wasn't the best idea. I was already kind of going back and forth with myself here. Like, should I try and start saving, you know, the tires, not pushing so hard coming out of the corners? Because with this GT40 and with this tune especially, as soon as you get on the throttle, this car straightens out. It just wants to go in a straight line. But it's not a bad thing once you learn how to balance it. You can use it to your advantage. It's all about timing your throttle inputs on the exit of the corners. And you can get some good speed coming out of the corners, but you do roast your front tires. Again, I play on controller. I don't have a wheel, so the inputs are pretty jank. So the tire wear is all over the place. As we get a warning there for that collision, gonna be flying by these guys on the back straight. But yeah, so honestly, just trying to save tires here now and build the gap, because I'm saving the tires, but I'm also trying to build a gap to fourth, because I don't know if he has street tires or not. I kind of forgot, to be honest, that street tires were the meta for these kinds of races, because you don't have to worry about your tires. You don't have to pit. So if you're a second a lap slower than everybody else, it still doesn't matter. You're going to come out ahead of them because they're going to have to pit. And depending on the track, depending on how long the pits are, it's game over for anyone who's running a slick tire. So yeah, we're going to just kind of lock in here and try and set some good laps. Be as consistent as possible, not getting off tracks. Try and get my safety rating up. I think it's like an A right now, or a B or something like that. And this is what I was talking about. That exact rumble strip, dude. I don't know what it is. It just has no grip and you lock up. So jumping ahead here about, I don't know, 8 minutes into the race. As you can see, we've built a decent gap to fourth, about 22 seconds. We're actually coming up on a lapped car here in our class, which is S class. So we're going to try and just get around him. I always am cautious when I race and just open lobbies, because I don't know what people are going to do. I don't know if this guy's going to be salty that I'm going to lap him, he's going to hit me or what. But he seemed to be just his corner entry and exit was just way off. And I know, okay, hear me out. I know I was just ragging on a ton of people for not going around the outside there, but judging by how this guy just went into turn one, I was not risking it. That was a risk assessment thing right there. I did not want to do that. And honestly, maybe that's what everyone else was doing. They were looking at my terrible lines and they were like, all right, yeah, I'm not going to go around the outside of this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. But yeah, just thinking ahead here, I'm going to get by him on the straight. I have the top end speed. And at this point, fourth pitted. So I have kind of all of the control in my hands now as to what I want to do. All right, so we're going to jump to kind of the end of the race. I have a good battle with the Viper. Kind of comes literally right down in the last second. So let's jump ahead and see that. All right, so here we are, about 2 minutes left in our race. This Viper in front of us goes wide. I'm not normally competitive. I mean, I play competitive racing games, but, you know, I wanted to lap this guy. I don't know what it was. But something about being in third place and lapping the guy in fifth place, that just gets me going. So we were on a mission with our roasted front tires as the Viper goes wide again. So maybe his tires are roasted as well. I don't know if he's pitted or not. I'm assuming he's pitted because he's about to get lapped. But yeah, so we're just trying to hunt down this guy. Normally in like a pretty competitive lobby, I'm going to be watching what this guy's doing, like where he's braking, where he's getting on the throttle, what kind of racing line is he taking? Is he already going defensive? Am I pressuring him? Is he making any kind of mistakes? But right here, I have the top end speed, especially with the draft. We're going to move to the inside. He doesn't even fight it at all. We're kind of going to be neck and neck coming down to the last corner on the straightaway here. As it is a battle on the brakes. He kind of turns into us a little bit. That little touch of contact right there just sends me flying, and I didn't want to get an off-track penalty, so I braked and figured I'd get a good run going onto the front straight, which I did, so that was good. But now it's going to be kind of trying to maintain this lead now that my tires are completely shot. And he definitely has better handling than me. As you see, I have to brake going into that corner, else I'm going to run wide. I don't think he was ready for that. You know, that's just kind of racing. But he does get back around. And I'm not too concerned right here because I know I'm going to have the better run onto the straight. What I should have done right here was taken a wider line coming in to get a good run onto the straightaway. but it really doesn't matter because I just have the better top end speed. So now it's really just a matter of if I can hold them going into this corner with my roasted tires. So we're diving in. I have a massive lockup. Why? Because I think I was just so used to doing the same amount of brake pressure that I did before. As we're bumping and banging, coming into the last corner, and I had a nose out in front. So technically, I did lap that guy. So that was a good battle to finish off a very clean race. If you could see by the lap times, I was kind of in a group of my own. Those two 911s in front were just way faster. So overall, started third, finished third. Pretty good, clean race. Good for the ratings. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, and I will see you in the next one.